Okay, I think we're live. Hey guys, it's Jordan Eicher and Kelly Brock coming to you live for our family hangout this week. And thank you so much always for taking time and investing in your business and jumping on with us. We love being with you. We love being your leaders, and we are joined and supported through the interwebs by all of our future national area directors, the Angela Rose unit, the Sarah Fraser unit, and the Courtney Howe unit, and the DIQ Betsy Sub Future unit. I am so excited to have Betsy debut as my next first line offspring sales director. And we have 2 DIQs coming out of the Sarah Fraser unit this month, which I'm so excited for, Megan Loeffler and Cheryl Cox. And I just know there are going to be more leaders emerging from all of our units very, very soon as we race to red for the October Leadership Advance. So I want to talk about that in a second. But first, I just want to remind you that right after this hangout at 9:30 Eastern Time is going to be a live marketing call with our National Sales Director, Kathy Hallou, Elite Executive National Sales Director, Kathy Hallou, and she's going to share her Mary Kay Eye story, how she got into Mary Kay, winning a basic skincare set on the Price is Right game show, and then share some fast facts about the business so that your prospects can call in and listen to her share about whether or not they might want to be a part of this company. And I will tell you this, if you've never listened to one of Kathy's calls, call in as a fly on the wall and just listen and take notes and learn how to share the business information, because Kathy is an expert, and you will be very inspired and very encouraged, and you won't be able to sleep tonight after listening, because Kathy's words are powerful, her legacy is strong, and her enthusiasm is contagious. And so that's a great activity for you tonight. And the phone number is on your Mary Kay In Touch calendar, and it's in your email from Kathy directly. So if you can't find it, text your sales director or your recruiter and we'll get it to you. All right, so second announcement is that the new products are out. I hope you've ordered them. The new fall Project Runway inspired collection is available for order for everybody. So I really hope that you have gotten online to at least look at the products and decide what you may want to stock your store with for this fall season coming up if you haven't already gotten your products ordered. And I will say this, many of the hot items, the eye palette, the nail colors, are limited edition. The gel eyeliner, which is gorgeous, they're limited edition, which means once they're gone, they're gone. And so Mary Kay just doesn't manufacture anymore. So if you want them and you're excited to sell them and have Project Runway viewing parties like Sarah talked about last week, if you missed the hangout last week, oh my gosh, please go back and watch Sarah Fraser. She was absolutely brilliant. And if you follow her advice, you will make more money than you have made this whole month by just doing the party ideas with the words that she gave with the products that we have. Absolutely phenomenal training. If you missed Sarah Fraser last week, go back and watch that. It would have been on the 10th. Yes, August 10th on my YouTube channel. So anyway, definitely get online, order the new products. The facial peel is out of control. It is the best, it is my favorite Mary Kay skincare product we've ever had. I love it more than microdermabrasion, and I never thought I would say that about anything. So if you haven't tried the facial peel, you have to at least order one for yourself. And then I just know you'll be able to sell it, because you won't believe the results and the feel of your skin once you've used it. So last night at our success event, we did a great spa night. And the facial peel, there were 2 particular customers there that I was asked by a newer consultant. One of my guests, she said, one of my guests has very sensitive skin and dry, and the other guest has rosacea. Are either of them gonna wanna do the facial peel, or should I ask them to do it on the back of their hand? And so my sister directors and I got together, we talked a little bit about it, and ultimately we decided, hey, the facial peel is part of the Time-Wise repair line. And repair is supposed to be a great benefit to customers with rosacea. And we know repair is safe for sensitive skin. It's hypoallergenic. It's fragrance-free. It's not tested on animals. And the peel is paraben-free. It's gluten-free. It's all those wonderful things. And so we think it should be safe. And both of those customers said they could not believe, they said after the whole night, the peel was both of their favorite things that they tried. They couldn't believe how great it felt on their skin. So don't be shy about the fact that it's a peel and it's a stronger product. It's really just got the exact right amount of that glycolic acid to do the job for the skin without irritating even the most sensitive of issues and the most sensitive of women. So that peel is going to be a game changer for your customer base. So it's $65 retail, which is phenomenal. It'll last 7 or 8 months because you can only use it up to twice a week, and you only need a very, very little amount, just like all of our other skincare products. So it's a fabulous product at a great price point, and I just know you'll be able to sell it if you fall in love with it yourself. And isn't that what selling's all about anyway? It's a transference of feelings, a transference of what you love to somebody else and getting her excited to try it. So anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about tonight, but I love the new product line so much. The last thing I want to remind you of is the embracelet contest that's going on right now. Can you see that? I know you can. This is the August embracelet with the Mary Kay quote on there about the golden rule and Mary Kay's signature engraved on the inside. And this is for a 600 wholesale in the month of August. So some of you have already earned it. I'm so honestly so proud of you. Really, my hope is that you'll have a sleeve worth of cuff bracelets because you made it a business habit to sell $300 in retail sales every week for 4 weeks for this entire year, and you get all 12 bracelets. And I wish that for you because not because it's a great jewelry collection, although it is. They're gorgeous. The weight of them is stunning. The Mary Kay signature on the inside makes it so special and such an heirloom that you're going to get that a consultant who joins your team next year won't even have the opportunity to get. But seriously, not because it's a jewelry collection, because it is the foundation for a solid Mary Kay income. And many of you joined, if not all of you, for extra money. And if you want extra money, sell this product. I could just preach forever about why it's so important to use that 50% profit to your full advantage and the full advantage of your family and your household's income because it's so strong. So anyway, 600 wholesale order all at one time, or it can accumulate all the little orders that you place throughout the month of August. If they add up to 600 wholesale, 1,200 retail, you get the embracelet, you earn the gift, and Mary Kay will ship it to you the minute that you earn it. So if you're not focused on that, about face right now and focus on it because it really is going to be the key to your solid business success. And we want everybody in all of our units to have the full arm sleeve of the bracelets and jingle all around seminar next year to say, look at the solid success of customer base that we built selling this product. And we're all star consultants because that's exactly what the bracelet program leads to. A 600 wholesale order for 3 months in a row makes you a Sapphire Star consultant. And we all know there are so many more benefits that come along with that program. So, okay, without further ado, I titled this Family Hangout, Is She a Good Fit for Mary Kay? And this is really a conversation I wanted to have with you about team building because right now we have the October Leadership Advance looming in the not so distant future. October Leadership Advance is a small conference put on by our National Sales Director, Kathy Halou, and her Senior National Sales Director, Debbie Moore. And then all of the nationals in our Halou area Legacy of Grace family tree, all the national sales directors that have sprung from Debbie Moore or Kathy Halou. And their sales directors and their red jackets in their unit and above. So this is really a leadership conference. This is a conference where Susie Consultant, who isn't yet a red jacket at that first level of leadership or management, is not eligible to attend because it's a little bit higher level training. It's a little higher level thinking. It's a little more of a leadership commitment type event where, you know, if you're not able or not willing to even have 3 active team members by October, it wouldn't benefit you or be valuable to you to come because it's really for those women looking to move into a management position, either part-time or full-time with Mary Kay. So if that's you and I'm talking to you and you're interested in being in the space of women who are at the very top of Mary Kay, the national sales directors and the sales directors who are the top 2% of the sales force on a more intimate level, then you want to set your sights on the October Leadership Advance. And the dates and the details and all those things for you, again, are in your email. And if you don't have the flyer for it, just let your sales director know and she can pass that along to you. But it's October 20th, that weekend, in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm not sure where you are or where you're listening from, but you can make those travel plans, order your red jacket, and just absolutely plan to have 3 active team members or more in order to attend this special training and inspirational event. And I'll tell you one of the other reasons that I would want to come if I were you. If I were you, and I wasn't totally sure, whether or not I wanted a leadership position with Mary Kay, but I was having fun in my business. I liked the feel of the women. I saw the sisterhood that was possible for me. I've, taken a look at the marketing plan. I know I like the products, but I wanted to see a little deeper view into what it might look like and who is a person I might become if I decided to give Mary Kay more of my time and energy and effort and gifts and talents and invest in other people through this vehicle. I would come to October Leadership Advance, because I think after leaving that event, you'll know. You'll know whether or not this is something that you want to invest your life into, your gifts into, your extra time into, yourself into, if you're unsure. If you're already sure, then I'm not needing to convince you. You already know you're going to do whatever it takes to come with those 3 active team members to October Leadership Advance. So that's what I'm saying about that. So I want to give you some tools to use in order to do some great interviews with women to build your team to 3 active team members. So an interview is what we call a conversation you have with somebody either face-to-face or over the phone, but it's one-on-one, where you're sharing some Mary Kay business marketing information about how Mary Kay operates, how we make our money, the fact that we have no territories and no sales quotas, and that there's a career card program and it costs $100 to start, and those types of facts that somebody shared with you, obviously, because here you are as a consultant. But that's called marketing, so that's part of an interview. But the real recruiting part, the interview part, happens when you're asking her a lot of questions about whether or not she'd be a good fit for Mary Kay. And isn't that exactly what happens on a job interview? That's why we call it that. If you go to a job interview, the interviewer asks you questions about yourself to determine whether or not you'd be a good fit for their company. And that's exactly what you're doing with a potential team member when you sit down with her across the table, preferably one-on-one, and ask her questions about herself to find out whether or not she'd be a good fit for Mary Kay. So I just want to give you some questions that I personally use when I sit down with somebody. I'll say first thing off, I'll use Betsy as my example. Betsy, my beautiful friend, DIQ. Betsy, so tell me, what has your experience been with Mary Kay products? And I'm asking her this question because I want to know if she loves the product, if she's ever tried the product, if I sold her miracle set, is she even using it, or did she throw it under her sink and she hasn't yet gotten it out because she's lazy, or who knows why. I want to find out, what has her experience been with Mary Kay products, because that's very important to me, because I don't want anybody coming into my business who doesn't love our products. It won't work. It's impossible for somebody to make a great go at Mary Kay Cosmetics if they don't like Mary Kay Cosmetics. So, or skincare at least. So I'm asking her about that absolutely first thing. What's been your experience with Mary Kay products? And I wait for her to tell me, and I just affirm whatever it is she says. And if she's not had a great experience with the product, I'm going to address that and let her know that it's going to be my mission to change her mind because of how much I love these products and how much I know they work for so many women across the world. So the second question I'm going to ask her is to just tell me about yourself, tell me about yourself. And I'm just at this point listening for some cues and key things in her life that might clue me into what Mary Kay has to offer that she desperately needs. So this also gives me a little bit of insight into her personality. For example, if she's an achiever and a power-driven person and I ask her, tell me about yourself, she's going to give me all the details about where she went to college and the last accolade she got at her professional career job, or the last big win that she had in her life, or the last time somebody wrote her up in the newspaper for her pie recipe, or whatever it is she's into. She's going to tell me about recognition and achievement and power, and that's going to be her personality. If I say to somebody, tell me about yourself, and she says, well, I'm a wife and I've been married for 7 years and I've got these 3 children and my 2 boys. Oh my gosh, you have to hear what they did last night at their baseball game. It was so cute. I got this picture. Let me show you. That's also giving you a clue into her personality, that she is more of a family-oriented person, and she's a heart person, and she's a relationship person. If she says, something like, tell me about yourself, well, what do you want to know? Ask me anything, I'll tell you. Just give me a specific question and I can answer it. Then she's a detail-oriented person. And obviously I'm painting with a broad brush here, but the point is that you want to listen for cues on what she says to try to offer her what Mary Kay has that could fix a need or a perceived need in her life. So I ask her, what's been your experience with Mary Kay products? Because I want to know what she knows. What she loves about our product line, to make sure she's invested in at least that. I'm going to ask her to tell me about herself so I get a sense of her personality and find a perceived need there might be there. Like if she says she's got 3 kids and you know, they're trying to move, but, you know, they have to sell their first house and money is tight because her husband was downsized and la, la, la. All I hear from that is she's very invested in her family and she needs extra money right now. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Mary Kay's flexibility and the income she can earn to fix the problem she already mentioned to, you know, to me that she has and a need that she has. So anyway, then I ask her, you know, is there anything you've heard, or tell me what you already know about how Mary Kay works? And I'm asking her that because I don't want to have to cover something she already knows. If she already understands that the starter kit's $100 and that we can sell anywhere and that she doesn't have to attend meetings and that there's a car she could get, you know, maybe she was your guest at a local success meeting, or maybe she was already on a Kathy Halou marketing call and now you're sitting down with her face to face, or maybe she heard about the fast facts that you marketed to her at a party and now you're sitting down with her to interview her. You don't need to re-go over all the information she already knows. So that helps you save time right there to just make the most of her space and your space by her telling you what she already knows about the company. The other thing it does is it helps you identify if she has any misinformation about Mary Kay, because we all know there's some crap, let's just be honest, crap out there that people say about Mary Kay, or things that she's heard that are just not true, or people make things up, you know, and we want to know if there's any misinformation that she has so that you can correct those things and tell the truth about what Mary Kay really is so she can make an educated decision about this for herself. And that leads me to the fourth question that I ask her is, you know, Betsy, after everything that we've kind of talked through today, and I know a little bit more about you and you know a little bit more about my story and my goals with my business and where I'm going and a little more about the company, you know, if I had 5 more minutes to ask you, or for you to ask me one question, you know, what would you need to know about this in order to make a yes or no decision on whether it's something you wanted to try for $100? What would you need to know in order to make a decision about this for $100, whether or not this is something that you wanted to try? Because I think you'd be great and I'd love to work with you, and I'd love to work with you because, and then you give her an honest compliment or several. Tell her why you picked her at the party, why she was the sparkler that you decided to follow up with and set up an interview with, or why you were attracted to her through Facebook and reached out to her to set up a one-on-one appointment so that you could share with her about the business. Be honest and be confident that, you know, admiring somebody else's strengths doesn't diminish your own. It just builds another woman up. And in Mary Kay, we have a protective culture where we do that. In other women's circles, it's almost like you just don't compliment another woman. You just don't say anything and you just look and you try to puff out your chest bigger than her chest. And, you know, it's, I mean, not because of boobs, but like pride. And, so, you know, I just want to make sure that you understand that when you're complimenting your team member, that your prospective team member, that it comes from a place of genuine complimenting and genuinely wanting to encourage and pour courage and confidence into her, and that comes from a place of you being secure in who you are. So that's why you have to practice this interviewing process and get really good at it so that you can be a red jacket at that leadership conference to then take your confidence to the next level, where you're leading other women and helping them build their confidence. So those are the 4 questions at an interview that I use classically. I use them almost every single interview I ever do. And then the final question is just after all that conversation, you know, is there anything else you would need to know, Betsy? After she tells me, yeah, I would need to know about how much I need to sell every week and do I have to attend the meetings? I talk her through that. Okay, Betsy, and then I loop back. Is there anything else you would need to know in order to make a decision about this for you? Well, yeah, I would need to know about how much, you know, about the inventory. You know, do you have to buy inventory, Lola? And I would just tell her, no, inventory is totally optional. Do I think you have a more successful business with it? Absolutely. That's been my experience and a lot of other women's. But is it a requirement? No, it's absolutely not. What else would you need to know, Betsy, in order to make a decision about this for you? I just go back to that question over and over and over until she finally says, I don't really think anything. Then this is called recruiting. Recruiting is an action word. It's a closing question. It's a verb. It's something you do. And instead of just saying, well, great, let me know if you decide you want to do it. No. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is our job. We want to recruit. And so you ask her the question, you look dead in her eye, and you say with all the confidence in the world, okay then, Betsy, so are you prepared to order your starter kit with me right now? It's $100. It's 10 little $10 bills. Let's do it. And then you wait. You just shut up and wait and see what she says. But at least you know you asked for the sale. You asked for the close. You asked yes or no. And I'll tell you, depending on her personality style, she's going to respect you for that boldness. She's going to respect you for that confidence. And I'm going to respect you as your director or your super senior or whatever I am to you, friend, for doing your job. Because you know what? The statistics say that 1 in 5 women who are interviewed like this, one-on-one with the questions and the back and forth and the give and take in the conversation, 1 in 5 women are going to choose to join your team. That means that 4 women are not. But that has nothing to do with you. That's not because you didn't do your job when you're interviewing. Now listen to this statistic. When you're just marketing, when you're just sharing fast facts and not doing those bold questions and not getting the give and take and not sitting down with somebody face to face and not overcoming her objections and not really digging in at the real issues of what may be holding her back from trying this, that's called marketing. Or taking someone with you to a success meeting, that's called marketing. That's not called interviewing. Getting her on a call with Kathy, marketing, not interviewing. Listen to this, 1 in 25 women who are marketed will choose to start the Mary Kay business. So which works better for you? 1 in 5 doing it this way with those questions and asking and being bold, or 1 in 25 taking people lightly to an event, doing a little marketing at your party, getting people on Kathy's call, sending them a little email or a little flyer about some fast facts about Mary Kay and saying, what'd you think? That's called marketing. It's going to take you 1 in 25. And here's the real kicker in that. You know what? Dawn Sweeney always says this. She's a national sales director under Debbie Moore too. She always says, what's sad about that is that if you do marketing instead of interviewing, there's 4 women out of that 25 who were missed. Because had you interviewed 25 women, 5 would have said yes. If you market those same 25, only 1's going to say yes, and the other 4 are missed. Their lives are not going to be enriched. Their family's finances are not going to be changed. Their personal growth is not going to be fostered through the incredible sisterhood and God, family, career priorities of Mary Kay. None of that's going to happen if you market instead of interview. So think about that. Think about the fact that this is really about her and not so much about you. And so would she make a good prospect? Well, you go find out. You sit down with her eyeball to eyeball, which is how women and people in general communicate the best, and find out with those 4 questions. And I will see you as a red jacket at October Leadership Advance. All right? We will be back together next week for another family hangout, and I can't wait to celebrate you in red. Bye.